This video is brought to you by Surfshark. Well guys, thank you so much for stopping by. If you guys have kept up on our tweak series throughout this week, this one might be a little bit of a refresher for you. Basically, this is part 1 through 4 of my entire tweak series that I've been doing throughout this week. If you guys missed it, here's the video for you that combines everything into one. I really hope you enjoy it. There's like 70 to 80 tweaks. I don't know, I haven't looked exactly how many I covered, but anyway, here's the top tweaks. Enjoy. Starting out with part 1. In this video, I want to show you guys just how to get set up. What are some of the first and best essential tweaks to install to get you on your way going forward to install tweaks quicker and to have a great jailbreak experience. So let me go ahead and show you guys a couple. One I have is called Swipe for More, so I can quickly batch install a bunch of tweaks, add a ton to queue at once, and install them super quickly. Next, if I go to sources, and I guess I should take this part in the video to say all of the sources as well as all of the tweaks are located down below in this video's description. It's in our best tech info article. And I'll have a starter pack for some of the sources that I think you guys would really enjoy and can find a lot of these tweaks on. Anyway, to batch install a bunch of sources or to batch add them, I use this tweak called Flame. If I click add, as you guys can see, I can batch add a bunch of sources. You guys can actually copy and paste the entire list from this video and install them all in one fell swoop, and that's done with Flame. You can also customize CYDIA a little bit more as well with that tweak. So, two awesome ones to have right there. Next, of course, one of my go-tos is Snapback. Now, after you have your tweak set up entirely done, I recommend just creating a snapshot. That way, if anything ever goes wrong, you can quickly revert back to that. You can actually have multiple tweak setups. If Chimera ever makes its way to iOS 12.4, you can have 2 jailbreak utilities on the same exact phone. And again, you can always restore back to the ORIGFS. That's just stock iOS, so I kind of use this as a jailbreak bypass as well. Anyway, just a great way to back up all of your tweaks. Another one kind of similar to this same note here. Another one that I have is called Batch-O-Matic right there. If you just tap on that, you can create a DEB or a DEB, and you can back up all of your sources, your tweak preferences, and all of your tweaks. And this also works if you have another phone that has CYDIA. Let me turn the brightness down just a little bit on this. But if you have another phone with CYDIA and you have Batch-O-Matic, you can actually create a DEB on this phone and airdrop it to another one and batch install all of your sources and all of your tweaks. So when it's done, you can just click export. And again, if your phone comes up on AirDrop, you can just AirDrop it to the other phone. I cancel out of that. And right there, it pops up in Filesa File Manager. Now that is another one that I think you guys should definitely install right off the bat is Filesa, so you guys can explore the iOS file system and install and extract DEB files and other things like that. Just a super useful tweak to have. Now, kind of a fun one, I've been installing a bunch of tweaks and it's super light, but I have 114 packages installed right now, and that's shown with tweak count 2. Another great CYDIA tweak to have. And if you guys are searching for tweaks, another great one to have is Tweak Compatible to see if it will work on iOS 12.4. Now this tweak is entirely community driven, so if you find one that hasn't been reported on yet that actually works, definitely report it to Tweak Compatible for others in the community to use that information. Anyway, if you find a tweak that you like but you don't really want to install it right now, you can actually add it to a wish list right there. And if you go to the homepage on CYDIA and click this little bookmark right here, you have a wish list of some of your favorite tweaks that you've basically bookmarked in the past. Now, CLeo has this by default, but this is a way to get that feature on CYDIA as well, and that's with WishDia. And just a couple other ones starting off, I really don't like the home bar here, so I just hit it with hide bar X, and then also right here on the tabs, you can actually swipe on the tabs over like that, and that's with fluid tabs. And I think it's a really nice gesture-based tweak to have. Gets you between pages super quickly. And another one that's gesture-based like that is called Pancakes. So you guys can just swipe back basically anywhere in sources and things like that, or if you're in the App Store, let me just go to an App Store. Basically anywhere, just like messages, if you click on an app, you can just tap and drag in the middle of it and it will go back. Well, before we continue with the tweaks video, I briefly wanted to talk about Surfshark. It's a fantastic VPN. If you've been looking for one, you're in luck, as we still have an incredible deal going on with them where you can save 84% with the code ICU at checkout. Now, a VPN is great for traveling or whenever you're using a public Wi-Fi network. It adds an extra layer of security to keep your confidential data private. Things like banking or online commerce. Anytime you need to enter sensitive payment information, a VPN service is great to have. Of course, Surfshark has the latest and greatest features, and they're constantly adding new ones all of the time. They've been our favorite here on the iCrackUriDevice YouTube channel for quite a while now. It supports a wide array of devices from your iPhone to your iPad to even iPod Touches, even macOS and Windows, and even the Fire Stick and Xbox One. And I say this for every video, but it still amazes me that you just need one subscription service for all of your devices. So I think for $1.91 a month, you can have the best VPN service out there, protecting all of your devices and all of your data. Again, the promo code is ICU at checkout. If you want to learn more, visit the first link in the description. Anyhow, let's get back into the tweaks. Anyway, I thought I would start off covering some new tweaks that we've never shown on this channel before. So here are some of the latest and greatest new tweaks that I think you guys might like. All right, let's get into things. So starting off, we have Simple LS2, which gives this awesome little complication on your lock screen. But my favorite part is there's this awesome little clock right here. It's an OLED clock, always on display. It looks super sweet, all done with one tweak called Simple LS2. Another one of my favorites that I really like, and this is going to be impossible to demo from a face down perspective, but when you flip your phone upside down and you flip it over, this one's called Down Locker 2. It basically locks your device when you flip it upside down. And then you can quickly unlock your device one more time. Let's see, my face can't be recognized right now, but I have Auto Unlock X, but it's impossible for my face to be recognized with the camera in front of it. Anyway, Down Locker 2, super awesome tweak to have. Next, within the Settings app, this one I thought was super cool. It's called Stick Around. So you can actually pin certain parts of the Settings app. So let's say I want to pin Wi-Fi, I can just pin it. And now next time when I go to enter the Settings app, it's pinned right there at the top. I think that's super cool. So I can pin my entire tweaks category right there at the top and quickly access them. It's even above iCloud. Super awesome tweak, guys. Next up on the home screen, I have this awesome new tweak called Carabiner, and it basically combines the lock screen clock right here. I have a weather complication. I have all my home screen apps, and then right below it, if I had any notifications, they would show up right there. So basically it combines the lock screen and the home screen all on one screen. Anyway, that one's called Carabiner. So a couple paid tweaks going on here, but ignoring that fact, I have this awesome tweak called Quick CC to select Wi-Fi networks, just like the iOS 13 feature, or pair different Bluetooth devices as well. You can connect and disconnect it right from the control center, right from the connectivity toggle. Also, I thought this one was hilarious. Now, if you force touch the calculator, you actually have a calculator within the control center, and that one's called CC Calc. So, pretty cool tweak right there. So, when I go ahead and enable Do Not Disturb, I no longer have that annoying notification banner letting me know that I'm in Do Not Disturb mode. And that's the tweak No D&D banner. I like it better than Leave Me Alone. There seems to be less bugs going on here, so... And I thought this one was pretty awesome. Look at my Safari icon. It's an actual live compass based on how I turn my phone. And that one's called Live Safari. So super simple tweak, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Now you guys are going to love this one. This one is a free alternative to BioProtect XS. Basically, you can lock down apps with Face ID entirely for free now. So basically, if I go to open up the Messages app, let it scan my face, it unlocks with Face ID, and I can protect my messages or protect individual apps with Face ID. Super awesome tweak, and again, it's entirely for free. And I love this feature in the Messages app where you can actually go back like that. Well, now this app called Pancake, or this tweak called Pancake, basically lets you do that for all applications. So as an example, if I go to the App Store and click on any app, now I can just click and drag to go back. Anyway, super awesome tweak. So if you guys are brand new to jailbreaking, or if you're coming back to the scene after a while, you guys are going to love this video because these are some of the best things you can do jailbroken on iOS 12.4 entirely for free. So let's just give a couple examples. Like if you go into YouTube, say you're playing a YouTube video just like that, you swipe to the home screen, now you can have the video continue playing. It's the picture-in-picture feature, basically, and now that comes to iPhone, and that's achieved with two tweaks. One is Circube for YouTube, and then the second is Force in Picture. And again, this works for every single app, not just YouTube as well. Anyway, guys, I thought that was a super awesome one to start this video out with. Again, you can bring some iOS 13 features like the volume HUD right there, 13 HUD. A couple other features I showed in my last video. You can connect to Wi-Fi networks as well as Bluetooth, just like on iOS 13. It's quick CC. You can have a custom look to your Spotify when you go to your lock screen. You can have a music visualizer right there. Again, some of these are paid at the top here to get a custom look, but just giving you guys a preview, you can even choose like what song's coming up next. But anyway, this music visualizer here at the bottom is called Meshuda Infinity. Gotta love it. They have it for the lock screen and for a bunch of apps as well. Seriously, one of my favorite reasons to jailbreak is just for Auto Unlock X. Once my face is recognized, it takes me directly to the home screen. I don't even have to swipe up. Also, before I get too far in this video, one of my favorites on the lock screen right here is called Lisa. Now, it basically just gives a nice OLED look. You can tap to bring up your notifications and the wallpaper and things like that. But basically, when you just open up your device or quickly glance, quickly raise it, it's just a nice OLED look. Anyway, that's a quick look at Lisa. I've showed that off in other videos. Let's move on. Let's head to the control center next. So I have a couple things going on here as well. Let's turn off low power mode. I have Magma to give a nice custom color to volume and other things like that. Brightness is red, and all these toggles are different colors. That one's with Magma. I have a quick way to respring my device and do other options here as well. That one's power module. And then I have low power do not disturb to turn on low power mode when I toggle do not disturb. So anyway, that's just a quick look at some of the tweaks I have in my control center. I guess I also have a real CC to permanently disable Wi-Fi and Bluetooth instead of just disabling them for 24 hours. Anyway, that's all the CC tweaks I have for you that are entirely free. Let's continue on with this video. Another great one is called Animations Be Fast. So when I'm opening up applications, the animation speed is just super quick. It's almost non-existent. Swiping down the control center, opening up multitasking, all of the animation is super quick. Anyway, guys, that one's called Animations Be Fast. You can get awesome notifications like this with Notifica, super awesome tweak. I just love that you can customize pretty much everything about your iOS device. It just looks super awesome. That's a sneak peek of notification there for you. That one's paid, but this one's free for the notification look. Anyway, there we go. Moving on to the next tweaks. So we have bubbles to give a dark mode to messages and to create an awesome look there. That's my favorite messaging tweak, I think. Here at the bottom, we have bar emoji. Even my keyboard's dark here too. I think it looks super awesome. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. Again, that one's called Bark. Just to keep your home screen looking clean, I have shy labels. As you guys can see, I have icon labels, but they only appear when I'm moving my icons, and then they fade away. Unfortunately, Evanesco XI to fade the icons doesn't work quite yet, but I did think to include that one too. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on A12 devices. Again, I have Floaty Dock right here, and then I also have Dune for a dark mode on iOS, and I thought this was super awesome. It's updated, so if you go into the brightness menu, you can actually toggle it on and off now, just like iOS 13. So the dock is now bright, and now my widgets are bright. Anyway, super cool tweak. It's entirely free. I love it. So is the dock one. Again, this just brings the iPad style dock to the iPhone. So you can have your recently used applications and things like that, and add more icons to the dock. Here's a nice trio of tweaks that I have for you. If I pop open the Settings app, I have better settings to give the Settings app a nice dark mode. I have Shuffle to put tweaks in its own category right here at the top. Again, in my previous video, I have Stick Around to pin certain categories here even higher than what Shuffle puts it as. And then very lastly, I have Circle Settings, which gives a nice circle look to all of the icons within the Settings app. Anyway, some awesome settings tweaks just to get you guys on your way to customizing your tweak preferences a little easier. And I just love super simple tweaks. This one, Double Tap Lock, does exactly what you think it would do, and it works on A12 on iOS 12.4. Snowboard lets you add a custom theme. I actually don't have a custom theme going on here, but where I'm using Snowboard right now is I'm shrinking down the icon sizes to 80%, just so I can fit a few more on the screen and have them not quite be as big. Anyway, guys, Snowboard is an awesome theming tool. Two that I use a lot, I use Snow White, which basically is all white icons, and then I also use Lotus. That one's a pretty good go-to as well for themes. Another one that I often have installed is called Easy Swipe. So if I swipe down from the center, it's your typical Spotlight search. If I swipe down from the right side, it goes to the Control Center. Swipe down from the left, it goes back to the lock screen. Another classic one is Tap Time. So if I just tap the time, then it shows the date right there. Pretty cool one. This one's one of my favorites. It's called Silent Screenshot. Basically, there's no sound or animation when you take a screenshot, just a nice little fade, something like that. Next up, within the Messages app, we have Whoops. So when you go to send a message, there's actually a 3-second countdown where you can cancel sending that message. So if you need to change it or something like that, you have 3 seconds to do so instead of it sending immediately. Anyway, that one's called Whoops. This next one called Oh My Flash. If you guys turn your flashlight on and you forget about it and you leave it on, after about a minute or whatever you set the countdown to right there, your flashlight will automatically turn off. So a pretty cool tweak to have. I'm not going to stick around to wait for it to turn off, but I know it does work. Anyway, guys, that one's called Oh My Flash. Another great one that works is Small Siri. So instead of taking up the entire phone's interface, you just have Siri in this little part on your screen right there. Pretty cool tweak to have, and again, it's entirely free. Still, one of my all-time favorites, Pencil Charging Indicator. So when you plug your phone in to charge, you get this nice little indicator right here at the very top of your screen, letting you know that your phone's plugged in and is charging, just like the Apple Pencil on the iPad. And speaking of battery, if you guys see that I have my icon right there, it's not showing my battery percentage, but if I go ahead and enter an application, then it shows I have 34%. And that's done with battery percent 12. Hopefully battery percent A12 will be updated, and that shows it on the home screen then. Next, if you guys want an app drawer, well, Vesta is the one for you. It's entirely free, and it shows all of your apps if you just swipe up from the bottom right, just like that. You can actually pin it too to have a favorite section as well as your recently used. Pretty cool little design right here. Anyway, just swipe down to go back to the home screen. And again, like always, Cuttlefish remains alive and well. That is still working on iOS 12.4 on A12 devices. As you guys can see, when I 3D touch or haptic touch in the near future, the background color changes to match the application's color. So Reddit's red, Mail's blue, and so forth. And very lastly, I thought this one was super cool. Instead of swipe to unlock, I actually have my weather right down here on the bottom. So when it finally comes up, there we go, mostly cloudy. Currently it's 60 degrees. So a very minor tweak on the lock screen, but I still thought it was really cool. And again, it was entirely free. So here it is, guys, the final video. I have so many tweaks installed at this point, it's getting kind of ridiculous. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the top tweaks that I'm talking about in this video. First up, let's just start on the lock screen. I still use Jellyfish. Is it worth $2? I'll let you decide, but I really do like the lock screen complication. It looks super sweet with pretty much any wallpaper. You can have a custom color right here, or you can actually have it go to music as well, based on the album artwork color. So that's definitely one that I use. I still occasionally use BioProtect XS. I've purchased that in the past, but I'm honestly onto the new A-Shields free alternative. It's not too bad, actually. For dark mode, I'm actually fully converted over to Dune. It works pretty well, but I have purchased Noctis XI in the past as well. Same with Eclipse, I use that occasionally. Anyway, let me show you guys some that I actually have installed on this phone. Going back to the lock screen one more time, down here, I have Jumper to basically give me a nice custom list to other applications, or basically just set custom toggles for these right here. It's a super awesome tweak. I still use that one almost every single day. And that one to me is well worth the $2. Anyway, that one's called Jumper. I still use Boxy 3. It's a really nice, easy, old school way to basically get a custom grid layout on your home screen. I've yet to try out Iconator 2, but I honestly think at this point in time, Iconator is the better buy. It has a super awesome UI. I just haven't bought it yet, but either of those are gonna do the job pretty well and add a lot of flexibility to customize and get your layout perfect. Down on the bottom for the dock, I do use Floating Dock Plus. Now there is a free alternative, Floaty Dock, but Floating Dock adds some nice gestures to go to the lock screen to bring up the control center. I really like the look of that. It's super nice. So it's up to you, but I personally like the Pro version. Let me know what you guys think down below. So when I'm sending notifications from another phone and when I receive it on this phone, I do have Notchification installed. I think it looks super cool on the notch right up there at the top. Anyway, I just like to look at it when you lock your phone screen and you receive your notifications just like that. Adds a nice little, it catches your eye, I guess. So it's a pretty cool tweak and there's a lot of things to customize with it. So that's, I guess, why I use that one. Now, probably one of my favorite paid tweaks is called Gusto, and it adds this nice multitasking layout, basically combines the control center as well as your multitasking pane right here, all in one nice screen. And I think it looks super sweet. Now the background is changing colors. Now that's with switch shades. Yes, that's a tongue twister, but it's a pretty good tweak too. I really like the look of that. Just adds a nice look and feel, a nice color pop to your phone, basically. Anyway, with those two installed, your multitasking doesn't look any better than that, guys. I think it looks super sweet. Next up, we have some music-related tweaks. Now, I have ColorFlow 4 going on right here. I really like the look of that lock screen music control. And then right below it, I have Next Up 2, where I can actually choose what song is coming up next. And once I'm happy with it, then I can click Next, and that song plays next. Super nice, super awesome controls right here on the lock screen. Anyway, guys, super cool tweaks to go with. Let me know what you guys think down below. Now this one is one of my all-time favorites as well, and I honestly should have started this video with this one. It's called Safe Shutdown. Now, you not only get this awesome looking shutdown menu to do a bunch of other things, but what's really cool about this tweak is when your battery gets down to about 5%, it kind of fake shuts down your device. You basically are presented with just a black screen. Pressing any of the buttons will not wake up your device, and basically the reason for this is it will save and preserve your battery, that last 5%, for a long time, a good couple of hours. So when you guys plug your phone in next, it actually will just boot up into the currently jailbroken state. So you guys don't have to re-enable your jailbreak every time your battery gets low. And yeah, sure, you lose either 2 to 5%. You can set it to whatever you want, but you lose a little bit of battery percentage, but it saves a lot of time and hassle not having to re-enable your jailbreak every time your battery gets low. Anyway, that one's called Safe Shutdown. Again, still one of my all-time favorites. I just use this one a ton. Not too practical, but it's called Zenith, where you can hide other applications behind one. Basically, you can just pull down and add whatever application you want. I use this for like maps, hiding Google Maps behind it, or again, social media, hiding them all in one app, just like that. The toughest part about this tweak is you gotta remember where you put all these apps, but other than that, I absolutely love that tweak. This one's kind of a new one called Bottom Toolbar. You basically have your connectivity toggles right there below any application. It's accessible in every single application just by swiping up from the bottom left. Anyway, super awesome tweak there. And very lastly, one tweak that I do use all the time is called Bazzy, and it basically shows your battery percentage around the notch. It also puts your battery percent on the home screen up in the top right. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end. Really, if you guys made it here, I really appreciate your support. I know you watched this entire video. Thank you so much for being awesome people and awesome fans. Anyway, I know Tanner has some awesome stuff planned for the rest of this week. But until next time, this is Tony, signing out.